I want to show you guys something really cool today that's going to involve Amazon merch. You know, Amazon's print-on-demand program, my favorite opportunity to make money with print-on-demand. We're going to look at the top trending designs and specifically focus on the #1 trending design today, because I've already looked, I know what it is. I want to show you how I would go about selling this design, even though I'm not one of the first people to list it on Amazon. Whether or not you have access to advertising on Amazon, you're going to want to watch this because it's really valuable to know, #1, like why we're doing what we're doing and how it works, so that in the future, you can take advantage of opportunities like this. So let's get to it. So again, this video is focused on Amazon merch specifically, but if it's the #1 trend on Amazon merch, it's probably going to make sales elsewhere. So hopefully this is applicable to everybody. So first things first, we need to figure out what the trends are. I'm going to jump into Merch Dominator. There's no tool that does a better job monitoring and alerting us to these trends. So I'm going to jump right in. By the way, linked at the top of the description if you're not already using it. I'm going to go to MBA and KDP and then best sellers. This is how I like to do it. You can also go to seller trends and it'll do a pretty good job of showing you the trends as well. I'm going to change the sorting to newest and I'm going to hit search. Now there's a specific design that I already know is trending. And what do you know? You can probably figure out what it is. I'll even zoom in a little bit. It says, I'd rather vote for a felon than a jackass. Next one says, I'm voting for the convicted felon. #4 design, I'm voting convicted felon 2024. The one behind me here says, I'm voting for convicted felon. Another one there, another one there, another one there, another one there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these felon, voting for the felon, voting for convicted felon shirts. Now, what do you know about this shirt specifically is it is geared towards supporters of Donald Trump, right? Or maybe people that just don't like, I don't know, what happened to him, whatever. Use your imagination. This isn't meant to be political. We're trying to sell t-shirts here. Now, what do you know about advertising on Amazon though? They do not want us advertising anything that has a political slant. But what are the primary keywords for this shirt? And I'm skipping right over the design aspect, by the way. I mean, just look, there's a million ways to go about designing in this niche. We can already see maybe 10 designs that are all newly submitted and selling right away. I mean, these were all submitted in the past 2 days and have generated quite a few sales based on the BSRs. So just go back and look at the previous Trump shirts if you need ideas for how to design them. But what do you notice about the keywords, right? There's some pretty obvious keywords that aren't just involving the word Trump or the word Donald Trump, right? So when it comes to running an Amazon ad, we can actually target words like convicted, if I can spell, convicted felon shirt, and then change the match type to phrase, okay? And I would actually enter your own bid as well. So go ahead to custom bid and maybe make it, I mean, it can be as low as 2 cents, but you could do something like, I don't know, 8 cents and see what happens. You can adjust these as needed, but you could say convicted felon shirt because the words convicted felon are in most of the designs, right? The first one says, I'd rather vote for a felon. So you could say something like, I'd rather vote for a felon shirt. And you don't actually have to even put the product type, but when you do that, it's going to be more applicable and better targeted, right? Because when you put the word shirt in there, it's going to attempt to place your ad in front of people that didn't only type in convicted felon, but also typed in shirt. Okay, now, do you get why we're doing this with the match type phrase? Because if somebody goes to Amazon and types in Trump convicted felon shirt, and you have a phrase match ad setup where you didn't type the word Trump because you know that will get rejected by Amazon, but you just type in convicted felon shirt, all of a sudden you are potentially eligible to show up in the ads. Now, of course, there could be manual intervention from the side of Amazon to prevent this. Like, all of that is on the table as an option, but when it comes to their, advertising policies and politics and stuff like that, obviously this is all loosely defined, especially with how hyper politicized everything is in the US, right? I mean, I think it's intentional, but let's not go there. So what I really wanted to show you is that simple process. I mean, how long is this video? It's got to be a short video. But we go to Merch Dominator. They serve us up the trends on a platter. It's so simple. You saw how I did it in just a few clicks. And then if you want to put in that little bit of extra effort, jump on over, spend an extra 2 minutes. Okay, if it's your first time doing it, maybe it takes you 5, maybe it takes you 10 minutes. I got it. But spend an extra few minutes. If you've done it before, it's easy. Set up a manual ad campaign and include the search terms exclude the words that you know will result in a rejection, like Trump, like Biden, right? You can't do anything political when it comes to advertising, but you can advertise on convicted felon shirt. You exclude the one word, you change the match type to your advantage, right? If you do an exact match type and somebody types the word Trump in, as we would imagine most of the search volume is associated with that word when we're looking at these bestsellers, gonna get rejected. It won't work. Phrase match, though, all of a sudden, you can make it work. And I said 8 cents. I just made that number up, guys. I mean, with Amazon merch, you don't typically, like if you sell a standard t-shirt at $19.99, you don't have a huge profit margin to run ads on. So be careful with your bids, but you can adjust those up, you can adjust them down. There's additional settings in the advertising console you can use where you can essentially let Amazon spend additional money if you're eligible to show up at the top of search results, which is of course the, prime real estate. So I do recommend that as well. This is why I have a course all about Amazon merch, all about selling on Amazon. Of course, it has a very in-depth module on Amazon ads. So if you would like to learn more, of course, that's linked in the description as always, along with Merch Dominator, of course, guys. But that's really what I wanted to show you. I mean, what more needs to be said? People are out there getting some money right now, chasing the trends. An even smaller amount of people, though, are taking advantage of little loopholes when it comes to advertising. Hey, cat's out of the bag now. If you made it this far in the video, you know how to do it. It's a question of will you follow through? I'm not going to judge you either way, but I hope you found this helpful. If you did, let the YouTube algorithm know by hitting that like button. Please subscribe as well, and I'll see you soon with another new video.